So let's continue with idioms. The first is to be at sea. The meaning of to be at sea means applied to a person confused. For an example, my sister is quite at sea in maths. So if I say quite at sea in maths, that means she's a confused person regarding the maths. So my sister is quite at sea in maths. She cannot solve a single problem. Second is in a fair way. In a fair way here it means hopeless. The doctor feels that patient is in a fair way onto recovery. Next is to be in a fix. To be in a fix means to be in a dilemma. Here the fix means you're not able to make a decision between the two options. If you have been given a two choice and you're not able to make, um, if you have been given a two option and you're not able to make the choice out of it, that means you are being at a fix, being in a dilemma. For an example, the police department is in a fix about the threatening letters written by the kidnappers. So he's at the fix, that means not able to make a choice what to do. To be in a good books. If I say to be in a good book or to be in a bad book, that means to have a good or a bad reputation. For an example, if I say good book, that means to be in a favor with a person. For an example, Sunita's brilliant success in the final examination has led her to be in the good books of her teachers. And if I say a bad book, that means my father is in a bad book of my mother as he forgot her birthday. To be on the carpet. To be on the carpet is again one of the idioms. To be on the carpet means to be under consideration. For an example, what is on the carpet these days in the newspaper? What is on the carpet means what is going on nowadays. Next is to eat one's word. To eat one's words here, it means to take a statement back. For an example, I want my friend to be very careful in her speech, otherwise, she will have to eat her words back. That means to take the word back. To gain, next idiom is to gain ground. To gain ground. To gain ground means to succeed slowly and steadily. For an example for this, the belief in the abolition of dowry system is gaining ground. So here it means to gaining ground means to succeed slowly and steadily. To be, next idiom is to be in a tune. To be in a tune means to be in a mood. For an example, the teacher asked the students if they were in tune for study. If they had a mood to study, it has been replaced by the idiom to be in a tune. Next is to be on its last leg. To be on its last legs means about to collapse. Definitely, if a person is at the last leg, if something like resembles to the word about to collapse. So that's what is the meaning of this idiom. To be on its last legs means to about to collapse. For an example, in many sections of Indian society, the system of child marriage is is its last leg. That means it's about to collapse. Next is to be out of sort. To be out of sorts means to be unwell. The example for this, I can say that Mr. Jack had been out of sorts the whole day and could not do his office work properly. So if I say out of sort, that means he was unwell to do the office work. Next is to be at loggerhead. Loggerheads means to be hostile. Let me give you an example for this. If I say Miss Rose and Mrs. Jack, Miss Rose and Mrs. Jack, the two best friends, are now at loggerhead. Are now at loggerhead here means to be hostile. Then comes the next idiom, that is to bear the brunt of. To bear the brunt of means to bear the main shock of. For example, the poor have to bear the brunt of increasing prices. Bear the brunt. Bear the brunt here means to accept to have something as a in a shocking manner. So if the price is high of any of the thing, and that is like to bear the brunt for the poor people. To bell the cat. To bell the cat itself convey the meaning. To bell the cat is a difficult task to be done. That's what is the mean. That is to do the difficult task or to take a risk. For an example, many people can boast of their bravery, but very few can bell the cat, can take the risk to have a success in life. Bid defiance. Next idiom is bid defiance. And bid defiance here means to ignore. Rohan bade defiance to his father wish to becoming a doctor. So that's what the students they do nowadays. They bid defense. They bid defense their parents. They ignore their parents' point of view. Next is to blow one's trumpet. To blow one's trumpet means to praise oneself. One example: no one likes to talk to those who always blow their own trumpet. Next is to break the news. To break the news means to give the bad news. For example, he broke the news of her husband death very gently, so as to lessen the intensity of the shock. So break the news here it means to give the bad news. Next idiom is to burn candle at both sides. At both sides, or if you say at both ends, mean the same. And the meaning of this is to squander. For an example, after the death of his father, he is burning the candles at both ends, which he should not do. Next idiom is to burn a hole in one's pocket. I repeat, to burn a hole in one's pocket. Here it has got a different meaning. To burn a hole in one's pocket means to spend money very quickly. For an example, many has money given to a spendthrift only burns a hole in his pocket. Spendthrift is a person who spend money without thinking. To next idiom is to bury a hatchet. To bury a hatchet means to make a peace. India and Pakistan must bury the hatchet of bringing about peace to their region. And the last idiom of today is that is to carry matter with high hand. To carry matter with a high hand. So to carry matter with a high hand means to deal with a person strictly. For an example, the owner of the industry carried matter with a high hand and expelled two workers who were caught doing mischief in the office. So the meaning is very clear with the sentence also. That means to carry matter with a high hand, and that means to deal with a person very strictly.